We'll start. The regular weekly meeting of the Senate of the Student Government Association is now in session. This meeting is currently being recorded live. Fiona for the roll call.
Hey guys. So I talked to a lot of people one-on-one or emailing, but in terms of the people that I haven't spoken to yet, they're missing from last week. I have Addie, Andrew, and Bennett. So if you think I got that down wrong, please just send me a private message. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Fiona. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Is that seconded? All right. Moving on. Amarachi is not here, I don't think. So does someone from the BAC have an update? Sorry, thought I saw Suki in the chat, so I wasn't sure.
Hi.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Essentially, we didn't have a meeting this week because our one proposal that we are going to review got moved to next week. Next semester. So we didn't look at a proposal this week. Any of them. In the last week, we approved about $1,000 for a Vietnamese club to have a puzzle making event, and we approved 2 events for the open discussion club and a couple more smaller slate proposals. But if I'm not wrong, that leaves us with still about 100, and I want to say $40,000 or $50,000, which we're going in excess to next semester, and that's not counting around, I think, $30,000 worth of rollback that we received from last year when Colgate closed in March. So one thing I do want to open up to everyone in Senate is that, like, if Senate wants to do something for all the students, like create like some kind of like box or some kind of gift. I'm not sure like entirely how that would work, but like if Senate wants to do something for the entire student body, including remote students, like we do have the funds to do that if that's something people would want to do. But that's pretty much the update on the BAC. And we're going to be doing pre-semester allocations, I think, from now on, now that the school is closed for Thanksgiving. But we haven't received any applications yet. So if you have clubs or you're part of clubs that want to do things early next semester in the quarantine period especially, please do submit pre-semester allocations.
Claire, did you have a question on that?
Yeah, I was just wondering, you mentioned that you guys approved funding for 2 like open speaking club events, right? I was just wondering what those like were.
Yeah. So one of them actually got canceled. So their speaker couldn't come. So I'm not sure they're trying to get somebody else to fill in. And I think that was their socialist speaker. So I'm not entirely sure what they're replacing with on that front, but they didn't want to return the funds just yet. They wanted to try and find someone else. And the second one is a speech on whether America is a true democracy or not. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I was just curious.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, moving on. There's no parliamentarian, and then for me, I think last thing is just I heard from oh my god, I forgot the name. I'm sorry, but basically just make sure that you are doing your sexual assault prevention course online, because they said that they're gonna be reaching out to people individually that haven't finished it, but essentially I think it's something like if it hasn't done by the end of next week, then they're actually gonna have to start contacting people that like can't come to meetings anymore. So if you don't want to be one of those people, I suggest that you get that done and out of the way. Other than that, I was just gonna say that probably I'm assuming that we're not gonna have a meeting next week because we will be on break. So people are gonna get a nice week off. So I just thought I'd let people know ahead of time so you can plan to have some time to yourself. Just gonna stop for speaking time since there are some people here that aren't senators and I can't tell who's here for the BAC and who isn't. So if anyone from the student body has any concerns to address, now would be the time. Claire, did you have another question? Sorry. All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to new business, which is going to be the BAC appointees. So Suki again.
So hi, I'm one of the treasurers for the BAC, and we reviewed a pool of 13 applicants, and we chose these people to join our BAC for next semester. So one person couldn't make it, Depesh Kati, who was on the BAC last semester as an alternate member. He has an exam right now, so he wasn't able to make it. But we chose Kaylee. We have Mark coming back. We have Gigi and I'm sorry, Ryan, Melanie, and I think that's everyone. Did I miss anyone? I'm so sorry if I did. It's a little harder to do this over Zoom. But I think generally how it works is if you guys have any questions for the member specifically, you have any questions for me about the process, please ask right now. But I can also get all of the new members to like just do a quick introduction as well of themselves, if that would help.
Oh, I can go. Okay. So my name is Melanie. I'm a sophomore and I'm a part of Spanish Debate Club and I'm excited to serve on the BAC again. I was an alternate in the fall or in the spring of last semester. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
You can go, you can go.
Okay. So my name is Ryan and I'm currently in China now. And as you can see, it's morning. So I'm very happy to serve for the BAC for next semester. So serve for the BAC and I'm really excited about the what's going to happen next semester. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Gigi. I'm a junior. I'm a member of the Swinging Gates, and I'm really excited for next semester.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a sophomore and I'm really excited to serve on the BAC next semester.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm a senior this year, a computer science major, and I was an alternate past 2 semesters, and I'm excited for the BAC this semester.
Is that everybody?
I think so. And I can quickly just say Depesh's part because I know Depesh is a junior as well. He served as an alternate member last semester and had a really strong interview and was really excited about serving again. So we selected him to serve next semester. He's part of, I think, Colgate Finance Club as well as a couple other groups around campus, and he's a CL. But yeah.
So if people don't have any questions, which usually they do, that's really great. But if we don't have any questions, when people make a motion, if we have a motion to vote as a slate, that means we can vote to pass everybody as one instead of voting on individual people. So do we have any motions or any questions?
Motion to pass
vote on
sorry.
a slate.
All right. Anything else? Right. People can just raise their blue hands to vote in favor for a vote by slate. Right. Seems to be a solid majority. So in that case, we're just going to vote as we normally do, just text Fiona a yes to vote for a yes and then a no if you are not, I don't know what I'm saying tonight. I'm sorry, it's been a long week already. If you are not confident, in other words, you can abstain. So I almost texted everybody my vote. It'd be great. I'll give you a second to count everything.
Just gonna give a couple more seconds to anyone. Okay, assuming everyone sent me their votes, everyone is approved by a vast majority.
Thank you, BAC members, for coming. You're welcome to stay for more interesting discussion. I'm sure you all have things to do. The second thing on the agenda was discussing alternatives to pass-fail. I was hoping Amarachi was going to be here, but she cannot. And so she had mentioned to me that the AAB decided against our resolution to implement a pass-fail option for the semester. So they said that they basically were more interested in talking about alternatives and like how they could support the student body otherwise. So my idea was basically just kind of open up the floor and Fiona can take notes. So I think maybe be a good idea to share, even if you don't have an immediate solution of like how students can be supported. I think sometimes it's helpful to try to point out like problem areas and saying like, oh, I think people are struggling with XYZ, because then sometimes I can get people's minds going with what might be a good solution. So if people have things they want to share, just raise your blue hand. I can start calling on people. Addie?
Sorry. One idea that I had is to give students the opportunity to like write a like summary or something like that about their semester. I think that that might allow students to give some input into like what, if anything, they were struggling with for the semester, and might give especially if people are applying to like graduate schools, just give them an idea as to what they particularly were experiencing during that time.
Like a summary on their transcript? Or
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I had Tucker next.
Yeah, possibly implementation of some breaks during next semester, especially because next semester is going to be quite a bit longer than this semester. We'll probably be in need of some breaks just to mentally decompress. Yeah, that's my one suggestion.
Billy and Arnab, I don't know if your hands are raised from earlier or if your things on the side.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something. I didn't go to the AAB meeting, and I don't know what the details of like their decision-making process, but I'm curious to know whether they would like support a hybridized pass-fail for like some classes not in the major and not areas of inquiry. Does anyone think that's still a possibility?
I mean, yeah, I wasn't there either. I know we have some people that were, I don't know who was there exactly. I know they have had a bit of a thing with confidentiality with their meetings, but I think it's good. That's something we can definitely like discuss further. Because I think like, yeah, I assume that most of the resistance has come from this idea that's going to look bad for classes in the major or something like that. So
yeah, I'm just thinking about like classes you can't like graduate and you know, and obviously that's a really problem, but I'm thinking like just electives, there can be some like leeway with offering like pass fail, because there's very specific conditions which pass fail applies to currently. Maybe we can just like, I don't know, talk about expanding them. I don't know how feasible that is, but it's worth saying.
Shelby?
Yeah. I I think that something that the AAB would go for is maybe extending the SU deadline. That's something that I think they could be in support of for next semester. I think the primary thing that they were, I don't know. I would say one thing that they were looking at is what peer institutions are doing. And so like if peer institutions aren't being like a certain level of lenient, then they don't want to be that level of lenient. But I think also, I don't think most students know like pass fail, how that works in general or SU, but like you can just do pass fail on classes that are not in your major, that aren't core classes, right?
I thought you had to finish like all your requirements first before you can pass fail anything. That's what
I don't
we
know.
heard last week, but I'm not sure.
I honestly don't know for sure, but I kind of thought that like pass fail and SU were for classes that were not in your major and were not core classes.
Don't you have to be a junior to pass fail?
Okay, yeah, but this made sense to me too. You have to be a junior or a senior to do pass fail, but that makes sense because you can't do pass fail for a class in your major. And if you're a freshman or sophomore, you might not know what your major is yet. So then you could be like cutting yourself out of certain majors by pass failing a class that you like didn't think would be your major, but now is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so even maybe just also like publicizing the alternative options that already exist. Because I mean, yeah, for people that SU might work for that aren't aware that it's an option. Tucker, did you do something else?
Yeah, actually, Billy got me thinking. There could be some sort of hybridization of larger classes that maybe are over a certain population, let's say 60 or so, just because those tend to skew to being online, and we've seen how online tends to affect learning and whatnot.
Sorrel?
One thing I would say, just like after hearing what the rest of the AAB had to say last week or the week before, is if like we reach another decision, it would probably be best to send it in as a resolution rather than maybe just like reinforcing things that they've already heard. Like I think that the AAB like kind of makes like reaches its own conclusion and like really like sticks to it. So like kind of bringing back something that they've already made a decision on is probably less effective than like just like sort of reinforcing what the students think. And also to Addie's point from before, something similar was proposed to that already. So that was sort of already in the mix, like having students like talk about their circumstances.
Billy, did you do something else too?
This is kind of general, I guess. Do we know if there's any kind of like, I don't mean like pass fail option, but like any sort of accommodation that, you know, academic affairs is planning on doing for this semester in particular? Does anyone know?
I think maybe like Sorrel or I could speak on that. Are you asking like about fall 2020?
Yes.
I'm thinking no, mainly due to just like the timeline of this semester. I feel like we're way past the withdraw deadline. We're way past the like SU option deadline. And so I don't think that they're like the AAB is willing to make any kind of like pass fail type of accommodation that would be so lenient that it would like affect classes in somebody's major or like affect anybody's semester really. Just because like people at this point, if they were struggling in a class that was an elective, I feel like they already would have chosen SU or withdrawn from the class. But I think that now would be a really good time to potentially write a resolution for next semester for doing something like maybe extending the SU deadline, because that's something that your institutions have done for this semester that we didn't do.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Thank you.
Did anybody else have anything? All right. Well, yeah, I think so. In terms of stuff coming out of this, again, so if everyone has access to the SGA folder within the Senate folder in that, and then Senate minutes, that's where Fiona's notes will be. So if you're curious when you have free time over break and you want to kind of start thinking about things, that's where you'd find all the notes from our discussion today. So I guess moving on to good of the order. Does anybody have any announcements? Right. Seeing none, the chair would be in favor of a motion to adjourn. Is it seconded? Seeing some seconds. All right. Have a good Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you sometime after, I guess.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks so much.
Yeah.